to Madame Raven's. This way to the library. She's been expecting you.
Hello, my darlings. Today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. It is an urban legend. We all grew up in places very different, but they probably all had that haunted house, that spooky building that something happened at. I could tell you about my town and the murder that happened there a number of years ago, where a 30-year-old man accidentally murdered a 15-year-old girl he was seeing, which is another problem right there, right? He panicked and put half of her under his back patio, laid new cement, and fed some of her to coyotes. So that's our haunted house. His sister lives there. I know his sisters. They're very lovely people who suffered a lot for what he's done, but that's a story for another time. Today, we're talking about a building in Salt Lake City that has been considered strange for the last 5 years. This is the building. Pretty bright colors, kind of squashed in an area that's, not the nicest part of town. And the kids don't play outside quite as often as other places. So there was born, of course, conspiracy theories. Some people thought it was a drug front or an organ harvesting operation. Vice did an article on it in the inversion season, which is now winter. It is very smoggy around Salt Lake and can be quite creepy in a way. But if you end up on this intersection, I won't say where it is, you will see the Fun Time Kids Day Care. It's day glow green, of course, as you can see, with purple and bright colors. But there's something in it that just feels off because of where it's at. Some people think it's a cover-up for something insidious. They've suspected a CIA black site. Whatever. A user on Reddit posted a picture of it on January 25th, 2015. He wrote that he'd lived nearby for 5 years and never had seen any kids having a fun time inside. Though I don't know if he's up there sticking his nose in. Other Salt Lake people weighed in. Some people had seen children inside, although some of the windows and the building wasn't completely up to scratch. A letter carrier says that it's fully functioning inside. The only strange thing is, the letter carrier said, no matter what time of day I show up with their mail, it always seems to be nap time. Another user claimed to know who broke into the facility out of curiosity and found one room with a chair facing a TV display, a live video of another room in the building. Users claimed to live in the neighborhood, chimed in to say the place was just a normal daycare, just swept up in paranoia from Reddit and the internet. But another user says, I'm going to just point out that every person in this thread saying this place is legit registered their accounts in the last 15 or so hours. So that kind of added to it. And it went on, and the conspiracy theories grew and grew until the Reddit admins deleted the thread. And the second thread, which is where I found it from, has also been deleted. But the conversations kept up, and it has been talked about still. 4chan users even posted photos through the building's windows. A writer claimed to know the guy who owned the daycare. And this is where it comes down to. He's nice and nothing weird is going on there. He bought the daycare for his mother and runs it at a loss so she has something to do. And that low-income families can afford to have daycare so that they can afford to live, because we know how difficult that is in this day and age to, just make ends meet. And there has been a plea after that to leave it alone. The Salt Lake Tribune asked journals to investigate the daycare for sex trafficking. People even peered in the windows and stuff, which is, kind of creepy, especially where it's a daycare. The lady who runs a hair salon across the street says that it had a lot of strange people after it, like after the urban legend had sprung up, which was extremely creepy considering it's children in there. All of that, is going on. And the reality of it is, I believe someone is just helping out the neighbors, helping out the neighborhood. And that's a good thing. But, maybe that's so strange of a thing that people consider kindness in this crazy modern world as strange and creepy. My darlings, if you would be so kind, tell me about the creepy house or building in your childhood that everyone talked about and knew was haunted. I'd love to hear those stories. Anyway, this was a short little blip, but I hope you enjoyed it. And have a wonderful day, my darlings. Thank you so kindly for stopping by my chateau, my darlings. It does mean so much to me. Please, if you have not subscribed, as many of you have not, please do so. Give me a like so I know what you would like to hear. And comment. I always love to read your comments. And special thanks to my Patreon and membership supporters. Ciao, darlings.